Welcome to Barbecue Catering Smarts, the go-to podcast for barbecue operators looking to grow and streamline their catering operations. Every episode, we're serving up expert advice, proven systems, and flavorful strategies straight from top leaders in the barbecue and catering world. So fire up the pit. It's time for another sizzling episode.
Hello again, I'm Michael Attias, your host of Barbecue Catering Smart, and today's guests are Phil and Johanna Hennenfent. I hope I didn't butcher that. The husband and wife team behind Henn House BBQ. What started with Phil winning his smoker in 2012 quickly turned into a passion, and by 2014, Henn House BBQ was born. Since then, Phil and Johanna have built an award-winning catering operation known for delivering high-quality barbecue at events of all sizes. From turning a hobby into a full-time business to building a catering-focused operation with a strong reputation, they bring a practical operator-first perspective on what it takes to turn barbecue into a real profit center. And we're excited to have them on the show today. But before we get started, let's take a minute to recognize our sponsor, Cater's End Catering Software. They help barbecue restaurants turn their catering chaos into calm. Discover why barbecue restaurants trust Cater's End to save them time and increase catering sales. Go to catersend.com and sign up for a walkthrough of the software. Now let's dive into this episode of Barbecue Catering Smarts. Welcome, Phil and Johanna. How are y'all today?
Great.
Hey, thanks for having us.
No, thanks for being on here. I like to do an icebreaker question. So, ladies first, we'll just go with one number between 1 and 300, Johanna.
1 and 300. 179.
179. Take off the 1, and that's my favorite number.
Okay.
Okay. You can both answer this. If you could talk to any animal, which one would it be and why?
Oh, my dog. My dog.
That's what I was
yeah.
going to say. Yeah.
I would say the same. We
Yeah.
have a black lab, and I'd like to know what's in her head.
Yeah.
What kind of dog do y'all have?
So we've got an 8.5-year-old chocolate lab male. And a year ago, just over a year ago, we got a Dutch Shepherd, German Shepherd, Belgian Malinois cross. And he is interesting.
I think I need a flow chart for that one, but I definitely like lab people.
Yeah.
Our dog's a character for sure. They're all
They have
characters.
completely opposite personalities, but they thankfully get along and play really well. And both are a lot of fun. They're good boys.
Good. So Phil, tell me about this smoker you won in 2012.
Yeah. So I'm a farm boy. I did not grow up in the food business. It was not a thought in my brain at all. Won a smoker in a local radio contest. They had a recipe contest basically with the local butcher shop, and Memorial Day weekend, or the week of Memorial Day, they were going to cook the top 3 recipes and choose a winner on the air. And I had just started a new job, so dealing with all that, and I get a phone call, and they say, "Hey, this is so and so at the radio station, and can you be on the air in about 5 minutes?" And I'm like, "Sure, okay." And they came on, and they're talking about the 3 top recipes, blah blah blah, and as they keep narrowing them down, I'm like, oh, I think I won. So the winning recipe got a Traeger smoker.
Oh, wow.
And that's
Like a 55-gallon drum size Traeger?
It was their, I don't know if they still call it this. At that time, it was called the Little Tex.
Yeah.
It'd be a small, like 30, probably not even a 35-gallon drum type. So
is that the first time you started cooking barbecue when you got the Traeger?
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, I grilled, we always grilled up something fast to eat on farm.
Mm-hmm.
First time grilling smoking. I'm completely self-taught. Spent a lot of time on the internet trying to figure this thing out, and got to where I enjoyed it. People started ordering it and wanting more and blah, blah, blah. And by 2014.
So did you just start off as a hobby, and then people would come over for cookouts, and then they'd ask you to cater?
Yeah. Yep.
Or they'd bring him something. Hey, we got these cool looking beef ribs. Hey, can you smoke these for us? We're having a family get together. Come over and join us and smoke these for us. So
Yeah, I hear
It
that
worked.
theme a lot. People start
Mhm.
off sort of like doing it for friends and family. Next thing you know,
Yep.
people are paying you, and before you know it, you're in the barbecue business.
Yeah, we did a few competitions, like rib competitions and, cook-offs and just for fun because we didn't know.
So my first smoker, I grew up. My parents got a Brinkman. I don't know if you remember
Okay.
that they're round and they got the dome
Oh
lid,
yeah,
Yep.
yep.
and you have to open the little side door and try to get
Mhm.
water in with a hose
Yeah.
and
Yeah, good luck.
charcoal. And that's where we started smoking. My mom and dad would smoke turkey at Thanksgiving, but I worked for a barbecue outfit, so that's how I got in the business, not doing it for friends and family.
Cool.
So at what point did you decide we're going all in?
So by 2014, we decided to make this a business. Joanna had just started nursing school, so it wasn't work as much. This was going to be a side hustle. I was still working like 60 hours a week,
And
and
what were you doing? Were you working on a farm or something else?
I was at a farm dealership, Case IH dealership, in the parts department.
Oh, cool.
So dealing with
Then you
farmers every day.
probably know that little kid Justin who's on all the reels who knows more about farm equipment
Oh
than
gosh.
anybody.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
crazy.
He's a cool kid. I
he
like
is.
watching his reel.
Yeah,
He's a smart, well behaved. His parents did a good job with him.
very much.
Absolutely,
Yep.
Okay,
absolutely.
so she's in nursing school. You're
Yep.
working a dealership. So what is the deciding factor where you go, okay, we need to go do this?
So we did that for 2 years,
Mhm.
um, going on three. I was cooking at night. She would deliver during the day. It was insane. It finally got to the point where I was turning down catering jobs that paid more in a day than I made in a week.
Mhm.
And we're finally like, okay, maybe we should look at this.
Mhm.
And I'm still like, holy, holy shit here. I'm going to walk away from a paycheck and take this big leap. And my aha moment, my okay God moment. I hear you. I was at work, and somehow a Steve Harvey video came across my Facebook feed, and it was his uh, jump jump discussion
Mhm.
Yeah.
that he did after a taping of Family Feud. It's got the little ticker reel at the bottom. That's the best version of that, I
Mhm.
think. Uh, and it talks about jumping off the cliff and getting beat up on the way down, but your parachute's going to open, and all the things. And I am sobbing in the back, trying to make sure nobody sees me. And I'm like, okay, okay, I hear you. We'll give her a shot. And to do something like that, not only do you need that push, but you need a lot of support from the other side as well. Story makes me cry every time. Um, Joanna we just decided, like,
Mhm.
if this doesn't work, I'll go find something else.
Yeah.
I can find something else, do
Mhm.
something else, whatever.
Yep.
Um,
Yep. I had a full-time nursing job at that point. My position was secured. I had insurance. We could make it off of my salary. It wasn't,
Uh,
it might not be fun, but we would have made it. And I said, you know what? I
Well,
can't look at you in 10 years and say, I wish you would have done it. We'll
yeah.
be fine. Do it.
Well, the good thing about a nurse, you're always going to have work. I mean,
Yeah,
that's a great plan B to fall back on, right?
absolutely.
Now, are
Yep.
you still a nurse? Do you practice?
So I am not actively at the bedside anymore. Nope. I left just over 4 years ago. And I needed a break. I was an emergency room trauma nurse the whole time.
Oh,
So I had just kind of reached a point where I needed a break and physically, mentally, all of it. I needed a break. And thankfully, it had hit the point in the business that they needed extra hands. They needed my hands. We were looking for people to hire, and things had grown enough that I was able to do that and step into that role. And insurance was, again, an issue with leaving my full time, but I still maintain all of my licenses. I go to conferences and workshops and all the fun things. So,
it's always good to have a plan B for sure.
yes.
So,
Yeah.
did y'all start off? I know you have a food truck and cater, right?
Uh-huh.
And then we can talk about the rubs and sauces you're going to
Yeah.
bring to market. Did you just start off catering? When did you add the food truck to the mix?
Mhm.
So we did. We started off catering at first. When I went full time, our weekend, like everybody, our weekends were packed.
Mhm.
We were good there. It was, what am I going to do during the week?
Right.
So we bought an old uniform box truck, and I completely built the inside into a food truck, and that's what kept us busy during the week for, oh geez, quite a few years.
Yep.
So are you like, is a food truck rolling Monday through Friday lunch? How are you using the food truck now?
So here's my take, and
Yep.
I would love to get other people's opinions.
Sure.
Our business is 98% catering, and because there's a reason for that. It's pretty much $1,000 for that trailer just to pull out of the door.
Mhm.
It's a big question mark if you're going to make any money that day or lose your butt. Catering, I know what I need, how much staff I need, and how much money I'm making at the end of the day.
And it's not dependent on weather changes or if people are going to show up to you. You know they're going to be there, and it's
Right.
happening regardless of the weather. So
We've gotten pretty big into the wedding scene,
Mhm.
and I mean, that's been our bread and butter for years
Mhm.
is weddings and events.
And what's the average wedding run?
Cost wise,
Yeah, like if I was going to book you for a
sure.
wedding, what's the average?
I would say, you know, 5 years ago it was probably $2,000 or $3,000. Today it's probably 4 or 5 plus, and we have some that are
Mhm.
put over 10.
So
Just
I mean, you're doing some. I mean, if I'm reverse engineering, I mean, you're doing some nice numbers. It's catering's highly
Mhm.
profitable.
Yep.
Yep.
And so you're really not taking the food truck out and setting it up for lunch in a parking lot someplace. You're
You don't
just
make
using
any
it for
money doing it.
catering.
No.
Yeah. So we do several large events with the trailer every summer. There's a local rodeo nearby that we go to every year. It's the New Windsor Rodeo.
Yeah.
And there's also a few local events that, again, bring in a really good crowd of 4,000 to 5,000 people. Our goal for the food truck is the more people that we can get through, obviously, the more money we make. So we know that
Right.
we go to places where the crowd is guaranteed. And we know that if we can push food through less than a minute an order, or ideally 30 seconds or less and it's out the window, we can turn a profit.
Yep.
Right.
So we
And
hustle.
it's also promotion for the brand
Absolutely.
as well. And I'm
Absolutely.
assuming I'm guessing some weddings they want you to roll up in the truck and some they just want you to set up and
In 12
serve.
years, I've done, well, not that long, but we've only done 2 food truck weddings.
Mhm.
I
Oh,
honestly,
really?
I try to talk them out of it. It's too slow. You can only get, so many people through
Yeah.
the window.
Yep.
Where a buffet line, we're running down both sides
We can get
plus
400 people through in 40 minutes.
in a
Yeah,
buffet line.
I think it depends on the service. Like I'm
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm getting married. We're eloping in the fall, but we're
Awesome.
gonna have 2 receptions, one in Michigan where she's from and one in Tennessee. And we're talking about just having people over like 2 to 5 open house and having a
Yeah.
food truck. So it's
Yes.
not
Yep.
like a
Yeah.
meal where, okay, the
Yes.
service is over and you got to feed 100 people. It's
Right.
like, come and have a
Open
sandwich
house
or a
style.
Yes.
pizza or
Yeah.
whatever we're going to do. And
Yes.
it's a different style of service.
It is. And
Yep.
For
something
sure.
like that is perfect.
Yes.
For people that are wanting, 2 or 3 food trucks for 250 people, or they just want us for 250 people, I try and remind them, our goal, yes, is a minute or less, but even if we get that, in that 1 minute, it's still 250 minutes just for your dinner service if it's just
Right.
us.
I mean, I think it's perfect for either an open house,
Yep.
like a corporate open house, or you're having
Yes.
an open house at home, or if you're doing, I've seen a lot of things where people are doing like after the wedding reception.
Yep.
They
Yeah.
want people
Oh,
to
yeah.
have some food to absorb the liquor, and you were just going to
Mhm.
do, hey, we're just going to serve sliders and chocolate chip cookies.
Yes.
And then, so all your guests have something after drinking and dancing
Yep.
and, something supplemental.
Absolutely.
What's your mix corporate to wedding?
Oh, big time. I mean, corporate's what we're actually trying to
Build
get
right now.
more of.
Yep.
We need more of that Monday to Thursday service.
Yeah.
No, weddings we're doing almost 60 weddings a year now.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you doing many corporate events like picnics,
Mhm.
A
safety
few.
luncheons, anything like
Yeah.
that?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, not 60 by any means, but
Yeah.
yeah, we are getting more of those now. Yeah.
And do you do corporate drop off do you have any drop off business?
A little
Some.
bit,
Yeah.
some,
Is there
most of it.
much, or is there much corporate? Like, I don't know, how big is your town or
Oh,
your
it's nothing.
market?
I mean, our big town's 30,000 people, and it's a depressed area, honestly. You get an hour any direction from us, and that's where we really will shine with corporate
Yeah.
catering.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that comes to mind is because you don't have a storefront is you could decide, hey, Fridays we deliver drop off catering.
Sure.
And so it's like
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A, right? I always want it on Sunday when they're open,
Right.
when they're not
Yeah.
open, right?
Yeah.
So if you
Yeah.
say, hey, Fridays, that way you're not competing with Moe's or
Yeah.
Panera or Jimmy
Yep.
John's or anything. You go, hey, we make it available one day a week. We
Yep.
can
Yeah.
feed 300
That's
people drop off.
Mhm.
And when it's done, it's done. And then that way they have to purposely want you and make an effort. And then it's going to be worth your while because you're doing it one day a week and you're prepping anyway for the weekend. So it's not
Yep.
Yep.
like you're
Yep.
not there. So
Yeah.
that's what I would do.
That's a
Any
good idea.
thoughts of any thoughts about brick and mortar?
Yes. Hell no.
Um, Tell me why.
This has enough headaches, and I can tell people no if I
Mhm.
don't want to do something. Brick and mortar, it's a whole nother animal, and she said we'd get divorced if we did that. So I guess
So,
Ye-
growing up through school and through college, I waited tables and bartended and did all the things. And that was one of the things I said, hearing him talk about this, I said, I support you 100% if you want to go and try and make a go of this. I think it's great because you're really good at it. I said, but we will end up getting divorced just because I've seen it happen. You have to have a very different relationship style and a very different business plan than I feel like in an area that we are in. I feel like for us, it's a lot easier to go to people than occasionally we'll have pickup nights, and we do get a great response from the community then, especially over holidays. But to have a brick and mortar to feasibly sustain it, unfortunately, in this area, it's a little sketchy sometimes.
Yeah, I think for me, I've always had a vagabond lifestyle. I like to travel, work
Yeah.
remotely. And I hate what I loved about catering is like we would cater 2 hours from Nashville. So I would
Hmm.
go find a factory that has 1,100 people, and their idea of a barbecue restaurant is a shack
Yeah.
that didn't really cook great barbecue. So I come in from
Yeah.
Nashville and I got really good barbecue.
Yep.
I could clean up. They still got a good price. Like I wasn't like charging them exorbitant, but when you have
Yep.
1,100 people, you can
Yeah.
roll in and make some good money.
Absolutely.
And it's for me, it's the way I equate it is it's like in school, whenever there was a field trip, you take the field trip because you got the hell out of school, right?
Yeah.
And it
Right.
says the same thing when you cater. It's like you're going on a field trip. You're not stuck in that building. You get to go out. You get to see people. It's a
Yes.
different. You're experiencing every single job is a little bit different. It's not
Yes.
cookie cutter. And people are excited at an event. Like when you have a catering, you have the bride and her family and the groom to make happy.
Hmm.
And everyone else is happy because I'm getting free food and booze. Like
Exactly.
Mhm.
you can't complain unless the food sucks.
Yep.
Well, in the restaurant, everybody can complain if they want to complain, right? Because they're all
Yeah.
paying. So it's just it's a different vibe. And
It is.
Yep.
Very much.
I definitely like that. So are you doing sauces and rubs you're about to launch?
So we actually launched our barbecue sauce in 2015.
Mhm.
Um, hit stores January of 15,
Yep.
and it really took off. Like it was crazy.
In the local area? I'm
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
assuming. And
regional area.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah,
Our problem was we both worked full time,
So
and
yeah, I was still working and nursing school, finishing up,
right.
and he was still working full time. It was in that chaotic period of life, and we
and
just couldn't keep up.
we couldn't keep up. It got to where catering was obviously paying the bills.
Mhm.
So we kind of took a step back from the sauce for a few years, and now we are actually trying to build that back up.
Mhm.
We are going to launch 6 new rubs here in the next couple weeks, actually. Um, I kind of made the decision. So we survived COVID. Our business doubled from what we had been doing in 2022. and then it doubled again in 2024.
What do you attribute that to?
So I think um, we built a CRM in 23.
Mhm.
Being organized,
Yeah.
getting the automations put in.
Mhm.
That's it. I mean, I was
When you
spending.
say automations, did you literally build your own CRM or did
Mhm.
you buy something
So
off the shelf?
we started with one called Zoho One,
Mhm.
I'm
and
familiar. I've heard of
As a
Zoho.
base.
Sure.
so I wanted everything in one spot. I didn't
Mhm.
want to have to go all over Zoho to find what I wanted.
Yeah.
Right.
So we use the sales pipeline. Contact card comes into the pipeline from the website form they filled out. From the contact card, I can, they also schedule a phone call with me
That's a requirement.
when they fill out the form.
Yep.
Because we had so many people that got a hold of us and would say, geez, I've called 5 other places and no one's called me back. So here you go. Here's my time.
Yep.
Schedule your call. So they come in, we schedule a phone call from that contact card. I can set their whole menu up and then,
Make changes if he needs to. It's all drop down menus.
Right.
and
Awesome.
then, yeah, when I hit send, it's just an
So
email
you're a
template again.
competitor of CaterZen. No, I'm just messing with you.
Kinda,
I mean,
and we're actually in the process of switching to another one.
Mhm.
I wish I would have looked at CaterZen a little bit before
Yeah,
we
we're
switching this far, but
what I'm starting to realize is as AI is coming into the picture,
Yep.
very much.
the thing that we're really looking deep in is AI phone, right? Because when I had my
Yep.
restaurant, the first thing I did is I paid mystery shopper. Like, okay, if I call my competitors, and you
Mhm.
know this, if you've done your homework, nobody picks up the phone. You get a
Yep.
busy signal. No one
Yep.
returns a voicemail, or somebody answers in the kitchen and they go, "Oh, you need to call Phil back. He'll be back at 2 o'clock." They should
Yeah.
be asking, "What's your name and number?"
Right.
Yep.
Phil is he's on the other line with the client. He'll call you when he gets off.
Yep.
Positioning it in such a way like there's scarcity.
Yes.
And now with AI voice, it's getting to the point where, yeah, you might know that you're talking AI voice, but you can get some basic questions answered
Right.
and then set up either, like you said, a discovery call or, um, you know, get that lead, all that contact information over the phone, and then you get that
Yep.
information.
And that'd be the way to do it with the AI. I honestly try not to take phone calls because that's when there's the problem that pops up. Is well, I told you I wanted to change it to this. Well, Phil forgot to change it, so
With the 1,700 other things he's got to do in that moment or got interrupted
Right.
doing, and
we try to push everything through the CRM.
that way
Yeah.
it's all recorded, it's all documented. He can go back, double check. It just makes it
So
safer.
how are your customers? So I book a wedding with you, right?
Yep.
And I want to say, hey, now we want to add dessert or we want to add 25 more
Mhm.
people. Is it all via email and it's documented in the CRM when you say it's handled
Yep.
through the CRM?
Yep. It's all through email through the CRM. Yep.
Nice. Yeah, I definitely think you need to CYA
Yes.
because I've had the same thing in my, earlier launching my business, people would go, oh, Meredith didn't call me back. Jillian never called me to do this, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I have every call recorded. I have
Yes.
every email. And I go, well, no, you see, she emailed you here. You never responded. And then a week later, they did this and this. And then you don't, you can't call them a liar, but you're just pointing out.
Yeah.
And then they start to get a little nicer and less
Yeah.
ornery about it, right?
Yes. Ornery's a good word. Yes.
Yeah. So I definitely, in the beginning, I would go to my team and go, oh, why did this happen? And then after 2 or 3 of these, I realized, okay, my team's doing their job.
Yeah.
And if I don't need to overreact. I just need to tell my team, hey, can you pull up the whole thread of what happened with this client? They're saying this. And then
Yeah.
that way I have ammo to go back to them and it's not
Sure.
he said, she said. And, even with, we've got in our CRM that in caters in our office, you can record all the phone calls. So
Yeah.
it's very nice to know that, oh, Joanna she wasn't nice to me, bye. And then you listen to
Yeah.
the call and then they're the one acting like a butthole.
Yeah.
It makes a big difference. And
It
and
does.
and now with AI, where we're skating to is as the owner, wouldn't you like to know if there was somebody irate on a phone call? Well, your employee isn't going to tell you, I pissed this person off and the person pissed off.
Right.
Now AI can say, you need to listen to this call because this
Yes.
person was cussing or upset. And then you could determine whether you need to get involved or not get involved.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
it's all these advantages with technology you just can't keep up with.
Yeah.
That's nuts. So I know you have a story. I was reading some background information. Somebody hijacked your Facebook page.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
it's been a good time. So February,
Of this
I-
year?
of this
Yeah.
year, yeah.
Yep.
Our Facebook page is not very impressive right now.
Yeah.
It's got like, I don't know, under 500 followers. We were over 10,000 before.
What?
So yeah, so my personal page got hacked. What I think happened was I got an email that said my personal page, we'd had the blue check mark on the business page for a long time, and got an email saying, "Hey, your personal page is now
Eligible.
eligible for the blue check mark." Cool. I filled out the information. 24 hours later, whammo.
Yep.
They gotten in, posted a bunch of terrible stuff as me, got my account restricted.
Mhm.
I could still get in. I was able to get into the back of the business page.
Yeah.
They took out all my admins, made
Mhm.
themselves an admin, set the page to delete, all this crap. I thought I got that undone. It sounds like they must have got that redone. So in this whole process, all I have is a button to push that says review for Meta.
Yep.
That's it. So hit the
Yes.
review button. It finds more stuff that it posted in the groups that I'm in,
Yep.
and completely suspended both pages, and
Completely locked out.
we're SOL. I mean,
Yep.
all the pictures, followers,
Is it
it's all gone.
fixed yet, or you're
No.
It's
just
not
SOL?
fixable. So this other marketing company we're working with reached out to their contact at Meta. Don't know what happened, but Meta's like, both these pages are just straight up gone.
So they had something set in the background somehow. They got in there deeper than we thought, and so it's done. So we
Yeah,
had to
and
keep
they
creating
didn't
new
even
ones.
like hold it hostage and say, send
No.
me
Yeah, no, it was just to ruin
$5,000.
it.
I
Yeah.
was fully expecting, a ransomware, request of some type,
Yep.
wanting money, wanting payments, something, and
And
nothing.
this is where boarding kicks in. Do you have a website?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So at least you have that.
Yes.
And,
Oh
and
yeah.
do you have a Google Places for your business?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yep.
I mean, it's like you wonder, like, why are you so bored that you have to do stuff like that?
Yeah.
Like if you use
Yeah.
your powers for good, obviously, if you're
Yes.
that smart,
Yes.
Yeah.
you can
Yes.
figure out how to make $1 million a year legally.
Yes. Because it's impressive. The amount of work that goes into doing something like that is truly impressive.
Yeah, I could understand if they said we're shaking you down for $5,000, and it's like, okay,
Right.
it's not an honest way to make money. At least you're making
Right.
money, but why do I want to screw with your Facebook and there's nothing for
Yeah.
me except boredom?
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
just to cure boredom. That's
Yep.
go figure out how to make money if you're going to do
Right.
stuff like
But,
that. But
Yeah.
has it affected your business, or has it just been more a pain in the side?
So so that was kind of coming up on Easter.
Mhm.
By the time we decided we'd waited long enough, built new pages, and started all that. Our texting and email stuff is what
Yeah.
saved our Easter orders.
Yeah, we've got a VIP group, so if people have signed up, we try not to spam them with a bunch of stuff, but
Yeah.
if orders are coming up and we're gonna have a sale or we're gonna be, doing a pickup night, they get an
Yeah.
email and they get a text message, a couple times to remind them, and I think that really saved us as well, and we had a lot of new people sign up for that, thankfully. So
So are y'all, if I'm reverse engineering, do y'all like sell hams and turkeys at Easter, Thanksgiving,
Yep.
and Christmas?
You got it.
So how much are you, like each holiday, what do you push in a product? Like
You
on
know,
like Thanksgiving, like how many turkeys are you going through?
Oh, we're doing, I don't know, 50 turkeys
Yeah.
at Thanksgiving. And then it's about 40 hams to 20 turkeys at Christmas. And
Mhm.
then we do brisket on top of that, mac and cheese.
Mhm.
So
I love a good brisket. And
Mhm.
Shotgun Willie's in Nashville, they're around the corner from me. I love his food, and he's a client now. and he does Rotel mac and cheese. So basically,
Okay.
Rotel
Yeah.
dip on the macaroni.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's addictive. I will tell you, my background is Corky's. After I left there, one of the things they did is they did school fundraisers selling whole hams and turkeys and pies. So you go
Yeah.
to the schools and say, hey, we're going to give you $5 off each turkey.
Yeah.
And then they have a pickup night. Like Monday night, you're going to go to this school and drop off.
Yeah.
School, you could probably quadruple what you're selling if that's what you wanted to get into.
Yeah.
It's just
Mhm.
all these little sub niches.
Yeah.
Is amazing.
So we did something similar to that. We actually, with all the, the different leftovers, or if, by some miracle, we didn't get overcooked, but sometimes we'll overcook for something, or if it's a big food truck weekend and things, maybe all of a sudden it rains and you have stuff left over you didn't use. We started making pizzas. So like a pulled
Ooh.
pork nacho pizza or a brisket mac and cheese pizza, things that we have on the food truck that people go nuts for anyway. We threw it on a pizza. And so we've done fundraisers with the local band, with some gymnastics stuff, with, several
Are they
different
frozen
organizations.
pizzas?
Yes.
Frozen take and bake.
Yep. And that's
Oh,
gone over really
man.
well.
I mean,
So you could literally stock those up on a
Yeah.
slow week, and then
Yes.
every quarter you're sitting on 1,000 pies
Yeah.
that you can do.
Yep.
Exactly.
Okay, so what other cool ideas? Somebody listen, because whether you have a restaurant, right, or whether you're a caterer, that's a
Yep.
great use of excess ingredients.
Absolutely.
And a great way to make money and get your name out there, right?
Yeah.
It is, because we'd throw it up on Facebook. Hey, we got 5 pounds of pork left over. No one cared. We started throwing it on a pizza crust, and people went nuts.
So
I love a good barbecue pizza. I love barbecue. I make barbecue nachos all the time.
oh yeah.
And as we record this, it's Cinco de Mayo,
Yes.
and I'm down at the beach, and we're gonna go buy some. It's sort of, I did a crab nachos before,
Okay.
but the mistake I made. There's this place in Florida we went to. They do crab fries. They take their crab meat. You just buy it processed and it's
Yeah.
pre-pulled, and then they put it. They heat it up in melted butter with Old Bay, and that's what I'm going to put on the nachos tonight because it'll be
yeah.
richer and fattier and more
yeah.
calories. And
Yeah.
so I'm just salivating.
Oh,
So
heck yeah.
what other cool revenue centers do you have to share with everybody?
Man, we're looking
Anything
for
else?
more ourselves.
Yeah,
So
we're always looking for more. Like I said, we're starting to push the sauces and the rubs a lot more. Again, the extra revenue stream is, trying to increase online sales with things, trying to let people know, out of state that we are here and that we do exist, and that maybe Midwest barbecue is something, at least our version of it is something that they do want to try and maybe they haven't ever had before.
Cool.
Our flavor profile is different.
yeah.
So we
we've
have a
started-
client in Oklahoma, Oklahoma Joe's. He does team building.
Okay.
So he's gone and done some humongous things. You go out there and companies, they invest in team building and they're always looking for something new. And what's not better than, hey, we're going to split up the company in 2 teams or 4 teams, and we're going to have a competition, and you learn to work together, and then you judge, and then everybody gets to drink beer and eat barbecue.
Yeah.
And, it's sort of, and now you can charge double for what you charge or triple because it's team building. It's not just a catered event.
Sure.
So there's just so many angles out there. You just have to be willing to. Now, are there sales in any of your backgrounds? Like, did you
No.
ever sell in a previous life?
No, I was literally body parts from the time I was in junior high and high school. I loved biology. I loved science. I loved figuring out the why of things.
Yeah.
But I'm also very detail oriented. So that was everything. So I had to learn how to speak to people and diffuse certain situations. So mine was more of just a people and things background. Science.
What about you, Phil?
I do have a little bit of sales. I was in ag sales for a while too. So
Yeah, I usually find the people who are more successful have a sales background, or they hire somebody who has a sales background.
Yeah.
Because especially with catering, you got to sell it, right? It doesn't just walk in the door, and you've got to not be scared to knock on doors, try things, be rejected,
Yeah.
to get there. Any favorite sales marketing tips you want to share with people? Like, in the beginning, how did you build sales? Was it all word of mouth? Did you
Uh-huh.
go to bridal shows? Did you,
Yeah.
Yeah. I
All
mean,
all of yeah.
yeah. I mean, for years it was referral.
Lots
Um,
of word of mouth.
that was our main. We've just been going to wedding shows the last probably 5 years, and it's only a couple of them. Couple
hmm
shows we do.
But
Um,
they're big enough, and we reach a different area, a group of people every time, and um, the couple that we go to are wonderful for us, and for the amount of weddings that we do a year, it's about perfect. So.
good. Do y'all do a good job of qualifying those leads, or do you just sort of market to everybody equally?
So we do, to an extent, market equally. When they get there to the website, we try and funnel everybody through the website, but we also try to let people know that, we're going to work within your budget as long as that budget is reasonable, and we're going to give
Right.
you, a generalized price per person, because things are expensive. They just are. They're not going to get any cheaper. And we had to, especially Phil, had to tell himself and learn that, his time is valuable, his expertise is valuable, and so is the time of our staff. And we have to pay our staff well if we want to keep good staff to provide
Absolutely.
quality
And you
service.
and you don't want anybody halfway showing up
Right.
on your
Exactly.
wedding, somebody who,
Exactly.
and you're
I
going to
mean,
pay for that.
these people have hired us for what, to this point in their lives, is the most important day of their life, and we don't want to let them down on that day. That's for sure. So we want to put our best foot forward, and thankfully we've got a great group of staff that comes in and just works with us, and they do a really fantastic job. So.
Awesome. Awesome. Any other tips? We're sort of getting to the end of our time
Mhm.
together. Any tips for anybody listening in the barbecue world on how to build, grow, profit in the catering world?
oh man, scaling's hard.
Mhm.
I mean, went in that smoker, and now we run 3 catering vans. We have a
Mhm.
staff of 10 to 12, and we're looking to add some more. Um, I guess we didn't think we'd be to this point,
Mhm.
like this big.
Yeah.
But here we are.
And we know in the grand scheme, it's still small, and in the grand scheme, but for us, it's bigger than we ever thought possible. So, which was a good,
And
nice surprise.
I really want to grow our online sales to not. I
Mhm.
decided I don't want to cater my life away.
Mm.
That's something to keep in mind too. Is don't work your life away, because
Yeah.
this just
Yeah.
do it.
When you say online sales, what falls under that?
Like just purchasing barbecue sauce and rubs off our website, kind of
Mhm.
a thing.
Do you sell much off your website?
No, our online sales are just about zero. It's not much. We just started running ads, Meta and Google ads here in the last few weeks.
Mhm.
They're still, playing the A/B test game on that.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, I would think that is definitely seasonal, like Father's Day,
Yeah.
Christmas gifts.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've even thought about corporate gift giving, what a lot of these big
We have
corporations
done
are
a few of
looking at.
those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but quality of life, you can't put a price on. I think a lot of people,
Yeah.
I know some people, they're chasing a dollar and they think that that's, like if you made twice as much money, is it going to change your life?
Right.
I mean, yeah. So you buy a bigger house, which means when the air conditioner breaks, you've got to pay twice as
Twice as
much. And
much.
when the roof
Yeah.
goes out, it's twice as much.
Yeah.
And your property taxes are twice as much. And now you don't get to enjoy your week. It's like,
Exactly.
I think there's a balance, right? Like,
Absolutely.
I don't want to give my soul away for money.
Yeah.
I want to wake up and enjoy what I'm doing and enjoy
Yes.
the journey. And if not, it's what's the point?
Absolutely.
And I think we've
Absolutely.
gotten away from that in general. I read an
Mhm.
article this morning. It was talking about the average house in the 70s was like 2.5 years of salary,
Mhm.
and now it's 7 years of salary.
Yeah.
But if you back up those numbers and you think about it critically, which when you read articles, you just take everything for granted. Well, in the 70s, the average house was maybe 1,200 square feet. And now it's 3,500, 4,000 square
Yeah.
feet. And so that's the reason it's 7 times more, because people are buying these little mini mansions.
Yep.
The only people had a house like that when I was growing up, they were doctors and lawyers, or they
Yeah.
were rich people. It wasn't
Exactly.
every other person had a big house. I mean, most
Yeah.
people grew up in a very modest house. You had one car, you took one vacation a year.
Yep.
Um, and you
It's
loaded
just
up the car
different.
and went on vacation. You didn't
Yeah.
get on a plane and go skiing or go fly
Right.
here and there. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's more expensive, but you're not comparing apples to apples.
Agreed.
Yeah.
We've decided we want more, and so we're willing to give up more for that. And
Sure.
sometimes that's a high price to pay.
Yeah.
Well, y'all have been a pleasure to talk with, and
Likewise.
continued success. And don't fall for that phishing scam next time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, thanks. I appreciate it.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
You've been listening to Barbecue Catering Smarts, where we bring you the best ideas, stories, and strategies from across the barbecue catering industry. We hope today's episode sparked new insights to help you refine your systems, elevate your customer experience, and grow your catering profits. For more episodes and insights, be sure to subscribe, share, and join us next time.